Stuck. Good evening, everyone. Please be seated. So, honorary freemen, aldermen, members of the council, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome to South Ribble Borough Council's mayor-making ceremony for 2025-2026. Thank you all very much for attending, and I hope you all have a very good evening. There are no plans for fire alarms this evening. If the alarm does go, please note that this is not a test and that the main fire exits are located through the adjoining doors at the left and the right of the room. Please can I ask that all mobile devices are switched off or placed on silent mode. Thank you for that. Okay, I'm going to move to item 1 on the agenda. That's apologies for absence. Are there any apologies?
Yes, Mr. Mayor, Councillor Howarth, Councillor Turner, Councillor Lillis, Councillor Buttery, Councillor Michael Green, Councillor Mary Green and Councillor Rainsbury.
Can I now move to item 2 on the agenda, which is declarations of interest? And on this occasion, can I assume there are no declarations of interest on this ceremonial occasion? So I'll move to item 3, which is what we're here for this evening. The nomination and election of the mayor for 2025-2026, Councillor Paul Wharton Hardman. Councillor Jackie Alty to propose, and can I ask Jackie to come to the microphone, please?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor and distinguished guests. I stand here this evening to formally propose that Councillor Paul Wharton Hardman be elected as Mayor to represent South Ribble Borough Council for the term of office 2025 to 2026. I was first introduced to Paul in 2019 when I was first elected as a Borough Councillor. Paul, already experienced, had served from 2015 at South Ribble and a good many years before as a Farrington Parish Councillor. I view life as a journey and not a destination, always offering new opportunities for change. And I enjoyed the privilege of supporting Paul when he made the transition from one political party, standing independently for a time, and from there receiving a formal welcome into the Labour group. I reference this only because it demonstrates a little of his personal journey. Paul has demonstrated time and time again that he is a hard-working local councillor. He is dedicated to resolving the needs of residents, and he is responsive to queries and consistently solution-focused. As his fellow ward councillor, he has been supportive and provided me with an insight into local government. And in my early journey, he also taught me a lesson or two about political language and spin. And that has stood me in good stead ever since. It was lovely to meet Paul and Chris on Music in the Park, and we've spent a good few times laughing over the last few years. Why do I consider Paul worthy of this role? Quite apart from his selfless actions during COVID, in which he contributed thousands of hours in unpaid service, he engages proactively with anyone who needs help and indeed has been criticised for involving himself in providing solutions outside of his designated role. Paul has served on several committees, held chair and vice chair of some, and consistently promoted the equality, diversity and inclusion agenda that I'm proud to say sits at the very core of South Ribble Borough Council. Paul has a quick intellect and a ready wit, and takes with him a willingness to listen to others, always with a view to leaving someone else in a better position. I've personally benefited from his kindness and his expansive knowledge, and I have in turn heard many stories from residents who speak highly of his readiness to make a positive difference. I have absolute confidence in Paul's ability to hold the office of Mayor and for him to invest the office with a singularly unique personality throughout the year ahead. And I'm quite sure he won't be disappointed, and his named charities will flourish as a direct result of his contribution. I formally propose. Thank you.
Thank you for that, Councillor Alty. I've now got Councillor Aniela Belinsky-Gelder to second. And can I ask Aniela to move forward? Thank you.
Good evening, everyone, Mr Mayor, Honorary Freeman, Aldermen, members of the Council and distinguished guests. There really isn't much more to add after what the leader has said about Paul and Chris, other than it is my pleasure to formally second the nomination of Councillor Paul Wharton-Hardman as Mayor of the Borough of South Ribble and the municipal year 2025-26. I have known Paul and Chris for a number of years, always enjoyed their company, and I'm excited to see Paul become the first person of the borough, as he is an excellent community champion, which he has proven time and time again. I finish again to formally second the nomination to support Councillor Paul Wharton-Hardman as Mayor of South Ribble.
Thank you for that, Councillor. Can we now move on to the vote? All in favour by a show of hands. This is for members of the council only. Please raise your hands now. Thank you very much. That's been carried. Thank you.
The retiring Mayor, Councillor Peter Morneau, will now present the change of office to the incoming Mayor, Councillor Paul Wharton-Hardman, and the consort, Mr Chris Wharton-Hardman.
Thank you. The next item of business, item number 4, is the appointment of the Mayor's Chaplain. And I am very delighted and pleased to announce that my chaplain for my mayoral year will be Father Paul Robinson of St Ambrose Church in Leyland. Thank you.
The Mayor will now sign the declaration of acceptance of office. Thank you.
I, Councillor Paul Joseph Harry Wharton Hardman, having been elected to the office of Mayor of South Ribble Borough Council, declare that I take that office upon myself and will duly and faithfully fulfil the duties of it according to the best of my judgment and ability. Thank you. Moving on to item number 6, tributes to the retiring Mayor, Councillor Peter Molyneux. Councillor Karen Walton, please can you come to the microphone? Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Honorary Freeman, Aldermen, Mr Mayor, Consort, fellow councillors, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Councillor Peter Molyneux has carried out his duties as the first citizen of the borough of South Ribble with great enthusiasm, dignity and pride, especially during the borough's 50th anniversary year. The role of mayor and mayoress can be challenging at times, but also extremely rewarding. The honour of representing all our communities in this great borough is a privilege Peter and Margaret have carried out impeccably when meeting the many school children who ask questions such as, is that chain real gold? To volunteer and charity groups, attending church services, opening fates and walking miles in processions, amongst the many duties required of the mayor. You both have carried out all your duties with the same commitment, enthusiasm and pleasure, no matter what the occasion has been. You've also organised many varied charity events which have been well attended and enjoyed by everyone to the benefit of all your chosen charities this year. Every member of this council thanks you and your gracious past Mayoress Margaret for being such great and committed ambassadors, especially in Lancashire, for this great borough of South Ribble. And we wish you all the very best as you finally hand over the chains to the incoming Mayor. So it gives me enormous pleasure to propose a vote of thanks to Councillor Peter Molyneux and Margaret McManus. Thank you.
Thank you. Councillor Margaret Smith to second. Please can you come to the microphone? Thank you.
Honorary Freeman, Alderman, Mr Mayor, Consort, Reverends, fellow councillors, officers of the council, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone else. It gives me great pleasure this evening to second the vote of thanks to our outgoing Mayor and Mayoress, Peter and Margaret. 12 months ago, you were starting out on a wonderful year of discovery, meeting new people, making new friends, and venturing into parts of Lancashire that was interesting and new. To be in the office of the first citizen of the borough is a magical time. During that time, both you have kept up the tradition set by past mayors and mayoresses, with your high standard of dress and devotion to the promotion of the best of South Ribble. You have taken on the work of fundraising for your charities with enthusiasm, and I believe that nearly all your events were a sellout. It has not been easy since COVID to attract numbers to events, but you two have done particularly well in this respect. So I would like to say on behalf of the residents of South Ribble, a big thank you for all your hard work and the way that you have conducted yourselves throughout the past mayoral year. Go and have a good rest. Maybe book a cruise. Relax, and you certainly deserve it. And so it falls to me this evening to second the vote of thanks to our past Mayor and Mayoress Peter and Margaret, which I am privileged to do. Thank you very much.
Thank you. We will now go to the vote. All in favour by a show of hands. This is just members of the council. Only please raise your hands now. Thank you. That decision is carried. The retiring Mayor, Councillor Peter Molyneux, will now respond. Thank you.
Honorary Freeman, Aldermen, members of the council, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Can I start by thanking Councillor Karen Walton and Councillor Margaret Smith for proposing and seconding me this evening, and for all your kind words. It really is appreciated. And it's great to have my family, friends here this evening supporting me. That's really appreciated also. Thanks must also go to my Conservative group members for the support throughout my mayoral year, and to all of the members of the council and our council staff for making my year as mayor such a successful one. Thanks to my chaplain, Reverend Hannah Boyd, who has brought a breath of fresh air to the start of our full council meetings. And I'm glad that our new mayor has also chosen a chaplain who hopefully will follow on in Hannah's where Hannah has left off. And I would now like to present Hannah with a commemorative plaque and flowers for the work she has done. But before I do that, could I ask my Mayoress Margaret to step forward and present the plaque and flowers with me? In a bit greedy. No problem. Thank you. Also, could I ask my mayoral team, who have been so helpful and have worked so hard and tirelessly throughout my mayoral year, to please come forward when I ask them individually. So can I ask my secretary Claire to please come forward? Excellent, thank you. Just give her one of them. It might be a wrong one, so it's it. All right. Well, and could I now ask my attendant, Dave, to please step forward? Where did you begin? And finally, can I ask Darren, who has managed everything so well, would he also please step forward? So now just carrying on with the thank yous. Thanks to my 4 charities, which are Alzheimer's UK, St Catherine's Hospice, Galloway's Society for the Blind, Tender Nursing and Tender Nursing Care for their support throughout our mayoral year. Each one of them do a marvellous job in their respective fields, and I'm so proud to be supporting them. Thanks also to the people of South Ribble, who have been so warm and welcoming at the many events the Mayoress and I have attended. As well as events in South Ribble, there's also been quite a number of events outside of the borough, across Lancashire, which has given us a chance to meet the chairman of the county council and mayors from all over Lancashire. And we formed a group of 15, affectionately known as the Chain Gang. We've all got on so well, it has enabled us to form a great relationship with every one of us across the county. And we plan to continue that relationship as we move forward. And now I would very much like to take this opportunity to give a special thanks to the lady in this partnership. That's my Mayoress, Margaret. I would very much like to thank Margaret for all her work and support she has given me throughout my mayoral year. I have known Margaret for over 40 years, and she is without doubt a very special person. And I have been privileged to have her as my Mayoress for the last 12 months. She is a close friend and a wonderful person, and her great experience as long-standing councillor, past mayor and honorary alderman has been invaluable and a great asset to both myself and to the borough of South Ribble. And I know that Margaret has enjoyed every minute of her year as the Mayoress of South Ribble. So all I have to do now is to say thank you, Margaret. I could not have done it without you. It has been a great honour and a privilege to be the Mayor of South Ribble and to be the first citizen of the borough for the municipal year 2024-25. I have enjoyed meeting and greeting people from all across the borough and across the county. People have often said to me, what's the best thing you've done as mayor? Or what's the best thing you've enjoyed? And you know what? I can't really think. There's so many things that we've been involved in. But just off the top of my head, or just a list of 1 or 2 that we've been involved in, there's there was mentioned before about the anniversary, 50 years of South Ribble Borough Council. That was a great honour to be involved in. We went to the King's Garden Party at Buckingham Palace. We attended Longton Open Gardens, the Scouts' 50th anniversary, Leyland Band Christmas Concert, the bonfire and firework display at Worden Park, and a number of events, fundraising events for my charities, twinning visit by our colleagues over in Germany, we even had Donald Campbell's K7 Bluebird coming to Sandry Hall, which was a great event. We've attended the Accrington Pals, Pemberton Live, Leyland Festival, Pemberton Gala, Lostock Hall Carnival and Farrington Fun Day. And we had a visit to Lancashire Castle Prison, which was pretty awesome. I wouldn't recommend it to anybody. And of course, we just recently had the 80th VE Day celebrations. There are many more, or there's so many more that I could name, but to be perfectly honest, it's impossible for me to choose one on its own. They all have been great in their own way, and that's the marvel about being the mayor of this great borough. It gives you that opportunity to be there and go to places that you would never get the opportunity to do. So finally, both Margaret and I have had a wonderful year representing South Ribble, and we are now very much looking forward to a well-earned rest. So as the sun goes down on our mayoral year in office, I hope our new mayor and his consort and our new deputy mayor and deputy mayoress all enjoy the year ahead as much as we have enjoyed ours. So thank you very much.
Thank you. We will now present the retiring mayor and retiring mayoress with commemorative badges. Thank you. Well, very good evening, everyone, and thank you very much for joining us tonight for this special occasion. It's an absolute huge honour to be here tonight as the new mayor of South Ribble. And first, I want to thank my fellow councillors, my family, friends, and all the wonderful people of this borough who have put me here in the first place, and therefore given me this opportunity. I'm genuinely humbled and a little bit nervous but excited for what lies ahead over the coming year. A special thanks must go to the officers of South Ribble Borough Council. There's too many to name, but your hard work, dedication and attention to detail have made tonight very much possible. And I and Chris are very much grateful for everything you've done. It's certainly no small task putting an event like this together, and I appreciate it more than I can say, which, as many people will know, is not very often. I've also been delighted this evening to announce that Father Paul Robinson will be my serving chaplain for the year. Father Paul has already begun praying for me, which I'm sure is necessary given the role I've got ahead of me. But I very much suspect that we need to start praying for him. He's going to need patient, divine intervention and possibly a large gin or two. And of course, none of this would be possible without the incredible support of my husband, Chris. Chris has been putting up with me for 14 years. And I'm so proud to have him by my side as my consort this year. He certainly earned that title after listening to me talk around about council meetings for over a decade. Chris, you've very much been my sounding board and the person who reminds me to take a breath when I'm getting a bit too carried away. And I couldn't do this without you. Thank you for always being there and for being the calm to my very often storm. Tonight isn't just about me, it's about all of us. As the youngest mayor South Ribble has ever had, I sit here with great pride, but also a sense of strong responsibility. This role is not just about ceremony or tradition. It's about working for the people of this borough and building a future we can all be proud of. My theme for this year is equality and inclusion. Values I believe should be at the heart of everything we do. Growing up, I was diagnosed with ADHD at 9 years old, and I quickly became a target for labels. I was told I wouldn't fit in, that mainstream education wasn't for me, and that my future had already been written before I even had the chance to show what I was capable of. But I refused to accept those labels. I stayed in mainstream education with the very much support of my parents, worked hard, earned 10 GCSEs, including an A in maths and statistics 2 years early ahead of my peers, and proved that your past doesn't have to limit your future. I'm a real firm believer that everyone should be given the chance to be seen for who they truly are, not just by the labels that others place on them. Over the years, I've worked in various public service roles, always with the goal of making a positive difference to people. Whether in healthcare, leadership, or in local government, I've always believed that the key to success is about lifting people up, not putting them down. And when I received the British Empire Medal for my frontline service, I was honoured. But honestly, it wasn't the award that meant most to me. It was the people I worked alongside and the teams who really made a difference to our communities during COVID. I was just one small part of that effort. Tonight is the start of a year celebrating people and the value that every single person brings to our borough. It's about how we can work together to make South Ribble a place where everyone belongs, where no one is left behind, and where everybody has the opportunity to thrive. This year, I'm very much committed to getting out into our communities, not just sitting here behind a table or standing at a podium, but being with the people where it really counts, whether it's in our community centres, local clubs, or simply chatting to people at the street on events. I really want to hear what people think about South Ribble and how we can make it better for everyone. That's where real change happens, and I look forward to working with you all to build a better future. I'm also very proud to support 4 incredible local charities during my mayoral year. Teddy's for Loving Care, who provide comfort to children in hospital during some of their toughest times. St Catherine's Hospice, who offer dignity, care and compassion at the end of life. Sleep, who help vulnerable young people at risk of homelessness in South Ribble find safety and hope for the future. And Miles of Smiles, who creates unforgettable moments for children at some of their lowest times, bringing some joy and light into their lives. These charities do extraordinary work day in and day out, and I'm honoured to stand with them as they continue to make a difference. So as I wrap up, let me leave you with this. You are not your label. No matter what anyone has told you, no matter what challenges you've faced, each and every person has value and potential, and everybody has a place in this community. I truly believe that South Ribble is a place where we can all thrive, where we support each other, and where everyone has the chance to achieve great things. I'm very excited for the year ahead, and I can't wait to work alongside the community to make South Ribble a place we're all proud. Thank you very much, members of this council, for entrusting me with this role, and I very much look forward to the year ahead. Thank you. We're now moving to item number 7, nomination and election for the Deputy Mayor for 2025-26, Councillor Caleb Tomlinson. Councillor Matthew Tomlinson to propose. Please can you come to the microphone?
Mr Mayor, Honorary Freeman, Aldermen, members and officers of the Council, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to this evening. It's my privilege and honour and very proud moment to be able to stand here and propose the election of Councillor Caleb Tomlinson to be the Deputy Mayor for the municipal year 2025-26. Can I first of all start by congratulating you, Mr Mayor? Bit less congratulations. Now you've reminded everybody you've stolen my title as South Ribble's youngest ever mayor, a title I'd hung on to for a long time, but you beat me. But I wish you all the best. Those of you who are sharper than others will have noticed that Councillor Caleb Tomlinson and I share a surname, and that's because we are brothers. And before you ask, I'm the more handsome but slightly older brother, so we'll just categorise it as that from now on if we can. But tonight, whilst it's a special night for Caleb and for the Tomlinsons, it's really the Mayor's night. So whilst I intend to say a little bit, I don't want to overshadow the Mayor's night because this is what it's all about. But those officers of the council and those members of the council will know that Caleb has served this borough for nigh on 16 years now. He's done so diligently, and when he's the thing you can rely on, and I can say this as his more handsome, cleverer, but slightly older brother, if you give Caleb a job, Caleb will do a good job. And he's done a great job as the chairman of the planning committee, a really high pressure sometimes job that comes under great scrutiny, but he's done it and he's done himself and this council proud. And I'm absolutely convinced he will do himself and this council proud as the deputy mayor and be a great support to you, Mr Mayor, in the challenges that lie ahead in this year. That I'd said I wouldn't say much. I'm not going to say any more than to officially propose to council that Councillor Caleb Tomlinson is elected to be the Deputy Mayor of South Ribble Borough Council for the new municipal year 2025-26.
Thank you. Councillor James Flannery to second. Please can you come to the microphone? Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Mr Mayor and Consort, Honorary Freeman, Alderman, members of the council, distinguished guests, and especially Vinny, Caleb's dad, 92, Caleb's sister, Sarah, and Caleb's beautiful wife, Linda. Welcome to you all. Matthew said to me, don't say too much because it's not his night, and I said I won't. But if you don't mind, just bear with me. I was elected in 2019, one of the new councillors. The first person to come up to me was Caleb. As he walked past, he said, "Need any help, Cha? I'm your man." I didn't know what that meant. His glasses were like this and he pointed at me. Caleb's a fierce local councillor, champion of local people, local residents. I've spoke to him a lot over the years, and as Linda just said to me, probably too many times recently, but he's a great advocate of the council. He's a great advocate of us as a group. When I lost my brother recently, he was first on the phone to offer us his support. And it's lovely tonight to see his elder brother propose him. It made me think about my brother. So well done, Matthew and Caleb. So I'm proud to be asked to second the nomination for Caleb to be Deputy Mayor for the municipal year 2025-26. Cheers.
Thank you. All in favour by show of hands, members of the council only, please raise your hands now. Thank you. That decision has been carried.
Mayor will now present the change of office to the Deputy Mayor and Deputy Mayoress.
The Deputy Mayor will now sign the declaration of acceptance of office. Thank you.
I, Councillor Caleb Tomlinson, having been elected to the office of Deputy Mayor of South Ribble Borough Council, declare that I take that office upon myself and will duly and faithfully fulfil the duties of it according to the best of my judgment and ability. Thank you.
Thank you. The Deputy Mayor will now respond.
Okay, I will keep it short and sweet. It's lovely to see another Caleb in the room. Because when I was young, it was very, very unusual. I know you've all got better things to do. I will do my best for the next 12 months. I'll support the Mayor and the Mayor's consort, as will my lovely wife. Thank you all very much. We will now retire. Thank you.
Honorary Freeman, Aldermen, Reverends, members of the Council and distinguished guests, that now concludes the business for this evening. Can I thank you all for attending, and I do hope you enjoyed the ceremony as much as I have. Please do help yourself to a drink in the foyer and await the return of myself and the Mayor Consort to officially open the buffet. I do hope you can join myself and the Mayor Consort, and thank you all again, once again, for coming. Thank you.
Could you all please be upstanding while the mayoral party retires?